welcome to class. So this is basically also kind of a comping class mostly, or just a play along class. You can just play along with this track if you know your basic Samba or Samba/bossa nova basic rhythm patterns. If you look at the sheet, I've written like a suggestion for you that you can do if you wanna maybe check out some of this comping style. My suggested pattern, if you look at, let's do the intro first. That's kind of not a basic pattern. That's kind of a riff for the intro there. But if we go to the A section, if you have played this style, maybe you're familiar with kind of the most basic pattern, which is something like this. I'll count it in 1, 2, 1, 2, and. So what I've done in this on this tune is I've flipped those two bars. It's a pretty common thing to do. So instead of playing the chord note first, you have the syncopation in the first bar and the chord notes in the second. It's a 2-bar pattern. So 1, 2, 1, 2. So what you should do, I mean, hopefully you can understand this a little bit, but just use the practice track and just, like, for example, loop the first 2 bars of the A section, and then you can practice, take it down in tempo and just practice along with that to get the basic rhythm pattern. One more thing I should say is that you can play the rhythm as it's written, exactly as it's written, like this. Or you can do what I kind of did, and that is to play quarter notes, I mean half notes, we're in split time here, but half note on the bottom, so you get this. You know, that's an option, and you can kind of have a little bit of sensibility to how much you have of that chord note, half note going in the you know, you kind of have to listen to how the different parts here will blend with the groove. So I mean, even if I've written out the entire thing, I tried on the first round to play exactly as written, but then you need to be kind of a little bit free with this stuff. So you know, it's not like you have to play exactly what's written, but you know, it can be a nice place to start. I just wanted to go through, and there's one place with a rhythmic thing that we should look a little bit closer to, and after that I'll just talk a little bit about some of the chord voicings that maybe you're not familiar with. So anyway, bar number 21, we have this. It's really accented, and the bass and the drums is also following that accent thing. So that may be also one section that you could loop. For example, loop from bar number 21 through 24, for example. Just take it down in tempo. It's kind of pointless for me to try to explain what's happening, because you just need to listen to it and kind of get that rhythm in your body and your fingers. So that's one place to pay attention to. One more thing is that you can also, this is kind of up to you. I tried not to do it so much because I try to keep it simple, but you can also syncopate into true bar lines. So let's say you go from like in bar number 9, 10 to 11. The F sharp is really starting on bar number 11, but you can syncopate into it from the end of bar number 10, like this. Do it one more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. If you've got that the F sharp did come like an eighth note before the bar line. So that's something that you can do. You don't have to do it on this track. I think this track works pretty well with most of the chords not doing that, but you know, that's also something you can experiment with. Yeah, okay, so let's talk quickly through the chords. If you don't need that, you can just fast forward or whatever, but there's some voicings that maybe not that common. First one from bar number 5. I've written D. Sometimes you'll see chords written like D major 7, but on tracks like this, very often the major 7 chord will be replaced by a 6-9 chord, or just a 6 chord. And that's what this is, it's a D6-9. Next one, D sharp minor 7 flat 5. So now we're playing constantly throughout this tune. What I've written is on the top 4 strings. So I want to be able to get all the notes for that chord. This is the voicing. And maybe you see that it's similar to an F sharp minor 6, which is what that chord is. Like D sharp minor 7 flat 5 is really, you could say F sharp minor 6 on top of D sharp in the bass. Next one, G sharp 7, and also this, I haven't written any of the alteration notes of the chords. Sometimes you'll see that in chord sheets, but sometimes you don't, and so that's using discretion to hear that. In this case, when we have a minor 2-5-1, it's nice to have a flat 13, which is this is, G sharp 7 flat 13. C sharp minor 7, in this case I'm playing a C sharp minor 9. F sharp 7, I'm playing a F sharp 13. So as long as we have the 7th and the 3rd, we can add color on top of that, okay? F sharp minor 7 to E sharp minor 7. This is E minor 7. This is E minor 9. A7, if you look at that bar, that's bar number 16. We're going from A13 to A9 flat 13. So that's a half altered chord. Just to get some movement. I think that's a nice movement. Listen to from E minor. Okay. Next bar again, D 6-9. Then we have this C sharp minor 7 flat 5, same voicing that we did for the D sharp minor 7 flat 5. C7, we're playing a C9 sharp 11. This is a tritone sub really for F sharp. Okay, so if you see this chord, it's the same as F sharp 7 flat 13. So when we tritone sub that, we get the 9 and sharp 11. And then B minor 7, I play B minor 11, have the 11 down here. And then we have this accent stuff that is happening. Chromatic down to A minor, and then chromatic up from C7 to D7. Pretty basic chords. Next one, G sharp minor 7 flat 5, very common chord. G major 7. This is actually the voicing I've written doesn't have a 3rd. It sounds very open. Okay, this would be with a 3rd. This is without. So we have other chord instruments playing here on this track. So if we miss a 3rd on a chord, that's okay. The ending F sharp minor 7. I'm playing the 11 here. B7. In this case, it's natural to have a flat 13. E minor 11 to a 13, and then we get to these 4 bars that is like the intro. that's what you play on. Just take away the intro and you play solos on the rest of the track or comp. So yeah, that's it. I hope you have fun with this. You know, you have a track now without the solo, if you want to practice soloing, and you also have a practice track without the rhythm guitar. I'm playing a nylon string. It would work fine to do this on a a regular steel string guitar as well. But you know, maybe the most common thing on this style would be a nylon string. Maybe. I mean, this is really the track that I made now doesn't really sound that much like a traditional. It's more fusiony sounding. So maybe an electric guitar is just as good on this track. Yeah, have fun with it and have a great day. See you soon.